Greetings, Tony from Old River Hardgoods again. The music you're listening to is Mountain Morning by 13 Feet Angels on Fire. And as always, links to the full version and a video I made a number of years back are down there in the description. As you can tell from the title screen, we are on our way northbound to the August Madison Bouckville Antiques Show. It's Sunday morning, about 7:30, been on the road since 6. Still got a few miles to go here in PA, but so far traffic's been pretty decent, nothing too bad. Of course, Sunday morning that helps. Coming back on Tuesday is a different story. Yeah, a bit of road construction here and there, as you can hear from the bumps and bangs, but anyways, so we're on the road. Got my traveling partner over in the passenger seat, complaining and moaning every time I look at the road a little funny, but you will have this. So anyways, again, not going to do too much road trip stuff this time, just more focusing on the show. So we'll see you when we get there. Just rolling along on New York number 12, heading north. It's got about 45 minutes to go yet till we get there. But just a right gorgeous day for driving. All right, here we are coming up on Madison Bouckville. Whole lot of tents, whole lot of cars. Gonna swing over to the right here. See if I can catch that guy I missed over back in the summer, back in the early June show there because of the rain. Hopefully he'll be set up. Bunch of good stuff. Yeah, boys is hopping already, so. We shall see. Well, here we are up here at the barn, the first stop. Lots and lots of miscellaneous sellers. Tools and just about anything and everything else you can think of. These guys got some surplus stuff. There. But need to go locate the other half and get moving down to the other end, because I'm sure there's lots of action going on down there. Alright, well, that was kind of an interesting stop. Got another decent piece. Now we're doing a creepy crawl up to this end, because where I want to get started, although we'll be hitting this back here on Tuesday. As you can see, there's a lot of people out. A lot of Nimrods parking where they're not supposed to park. Hatfield's got a few people in it. That used to be really full, and then the owner passed away, and the kids decided not to do it anymore. Now it looks like they got a few setups, so Well, we're here. Over the other end.
I'll take it.
Doing our first deep dive. Spinning wheel. Needs a few parts.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Well, the one guy was hoping to score from didn't have nothing this time. It's a couple boxes of new tools. Usually he's got a whole freaking truckload of good stuff, but oh well. Just gotta keep on moving and keep on picking. Yeah, that drone's been buzzing around. I guess he's taking videos or something. Back here at Cider House again. Things are already in full swing. People giving me the stink eye because I'm filming, but what are you gonna do? Well, we're about 10 minutes to 3. We've been walking. Finally, the niece said they've had enough, so we're on our way to find a hotel and find some food. It's been good today. We'll take a look at those in a bit. But anyways, I got a small spell to be driving, so we'll catch you when we catch you. Well, this is part 1 of the loot from day 1. Starting with a Berrien Way adjustable sash plane in pretty good shape. This needs a little paint removal on it. A sweet hand-forged clam oyster sucking knife from an old rasp file. Another sweet item is a small hand-forged axe. Needs a little sharpening. Another hand-forged piece. I guess this is a cinch cutter, but it's curved. And I need to pay some money for these guys, so they ain't gonna be cheap. An original hand-forged scroll-in pot hook. Not a Rendezvous Repo, folks. That's an original. Set of 9. Addis carving tool. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A Dexter knife. A handle. I got blades. A Miller Falls tool handle with blades and a bunch of bits stuck in there. Nice two-tone. This is a T. Shaw 18th century maker. 1/8-inch chisel. Another 1/8-inch chisel unsigned. If you wonder what the green is, the guy that got these from likes to paint everything with prices. But another sweet item is this little fork stave plane. It's got a mouth repair on it. And the iron is a Weldon, although it's signed on the back. The steel was refreshed at some point. So that is a that's probably one of the better finds of the day. Another marking gauge that I can see, marking Morrison gauge, pretty decent shape. And a few machinist tools, pardon my fingers. Starrett depth gauge, Starrett level, a couple Starrett squares, a Brown and Sharp tri-square, and a Starrett number 83 Yankee pattern divider in good shape. So that's the first batch of the loot for this run. And here we got round 2. Sunday's pickings. Got a big hand forged blacksmith brace with 3 bits. That'll take some cleaning. Another item that'll take some cleaning is a big adze head, pulled. Stanley rule and level, 8-inch bevel square with the patent date. A couple of small calibers need to be cleaned. A couple of Lancashire pattern tools that need cleaning. A jeweler saw, fret saw, I think it's Germany, Dixon maybe, needs a little TLC. And last, a Yankee 2100 brace, and serious need of cleaning, but yeah, we have the technology for that. So anyways, tell you what, not too bad of a haul for one day's worth of work. Rolling through the farm fields, we got about 10, 15 minutes before we get landed here. Well, we're saddled up, ready to get out and do some picking for another day. It's going to be a hot one. Sun shining. It looked like there was a little breeze blowing on the way down, but that seems to settle down. But we're going to hit it early and we're going to hit it hard. Well, made it over here. I ain't found nothing much. Just one set of wooden travel points so far. Just not much to see right now, but a lot of junk tools, a lot of new tools. But we're just gonna keep on hitting it and see what happens. Here's the leather guy. He's a regular here. Picked up a few things. It's about 11:15. I'm gonna be heading back to the truck. I already made one trip back to unload. And heading back, grabbing a sandwich and a soda, a bit, refuel. But in spite of being warm, there's a nice breeze, and that's helping us. Especially when you're in the shade, you really don't mind it too much. So hopefully that will keep going for the rest of the day. But still got plenty more to see. Well, it's a bit after 11. We just went back to the truck, grabbed some lunch, and back up this way again. One more pass around in the back here. Check some of the places out we kind of moved past on by yesterday. It's somewhat busy today. It's not as busy as it's been in the past Mondays, but you know, sometimes the heat keeps things down just as bad as the rain keeps things down. But working for me. I ain't finding the volume I found yesterday, but I got some good stuff. So just gonna keep on the hunt. Yeah, that's the other half. She just takes off and leaves me behind, but that's all right. Of course, there's all kinds of vehicles here. Horse and buggy over there. One just ran down the street, but I couldn't get a video of that. But two horses started yelling at each other, so always something interesting, right? Yeah. Finishing up the day back here at Cider House again. Picked up a couple things I looked at yesterday. The price got a little more reasonable on it. Always works. Again, I didn't get the sign of volume on it yesterday, but it's a pretty good buy. So I'm happy with the trip so far. Hopefully tomorrow we'll finish things off with a decent day of picking. Hopefully no bangs, so to speak. But you never know, right? You take what you get. Well, it's about 20 after 2, and we are done for the day. Temps are crammed up to about 85, 86. There's a decent breeze, so it's not too unbearable, but it's still hot. And my knees have finally said enough is enough fun for one day. So we got one more day tomorrow, new fields to investigate, explore, and hopefully raid. So we're going to take off, find some supper, and find some bed. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, pickings from day 2 weren't quite as voluminous as they were the first day, but I did manage to score some good and some interesting items. Complete set of Irwin bits in the box. They need a little de-rusting, but nothing too bad. Kind of nifty, neat hand-forged nail claw. You know, I thought it was neat. We'll see if anybody else does. Handle for Stanley number 12 scraper plane, 12.5, whatever you want to stick it on. That just needs a little cleaning. Pair of neat wooden channel point heads, beam compass heads. One's missing the metal tip, but they got the screws, etc., etc. Starrett center finder head, just needs a little TLC. Set of 14 bits. I just pay a little bit of money for these guys, but center point bits, 4 lip doggers, one split nut saw bit, and I think there was a countersink in there as well, so make it any easier to come by. Kind of interesting hand towards tongs, plier style. Reliance 1/4 inch paring chisel. James Swan 1 inch or so gouge. And 3/4 inch Douglas. It needs just a little, somebody kind of clean this a little aggressively, but we can peel that down. So anyways, that's the first batch. Sorry if I'm blocking, it's hard to see with the light. And the second batch, if you watch my video on turning saws, this is kind of a neat little user-made one. I liked it, the price was right. Wooden mount, it's got a little patina to it, a little wear, but you know, at least the guy who was selling it wasn't looking to retire and move to Florida on what he was asking for, like a lot of the other ones I saw. And I got 2 bladed bit stocks. This one might be a Philadelphia mark. I can't read it. Maybe you can read it. And this one's got another Sheffield mark on it. They both need some cleaning, but they both have lignum vitae pads. They get a little character, but they weren't cheap, but they were reasonable. And there was another one there I could have gotten actually for a little less money when I paid for these, but somebody replaced the chuck on it, and the chuck was too big for the body, and I just said, nah, we're not going to go through that aggravation. So anyways, this is it for day 2. One more day to go. Well, here we are back for day number 3. Last day of picking. It's Tuesday morning, and the weather looks to be the same as the past 2 days. It's hot, but no rain. So, I'm gonna throw it away through up here, find us a parking space, and off we go.
Where are you parking?
Where we usually park up here. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright. All back here at this little field. As I said on the way in, this used to be filled all the way back with rows and rows of tents, and then the original owners died and kids weren't doing it. Now they've decided to let a few people set up here. So anyways, looked around, didn't see nothing, so we got other fish to fry. Well, it's 20 after 9. I already made my first hit of the day, and sun's getting hot already. It's about 75. And boy, it's going to be a cooker. It's supposed to be hitting up to 90. So there's the other half. Keep track of me, so gotta go. 1, 2. Something going on. I had one get behind me on the way back from the hotel, and well, that was interesting. Let's just say I was a very good boy driver. Buttons. Quick story about buttons. Back in my youth, when I was going to college one summer, I got a job at a place called the Freeland Shirt Factory that had since transitioned to making blue jeans and other stuff, but we were putting insulation in the roof, and they decided to clean out the one storage room in the basement, which was packed full of probably 70 or 80 years worth of assorted buttons. They were going to throw them out. Well, I just filled up my car trunk. I forget what I was driving. I don't have my Darter or Mustang, whatever, but I filled up the trunk, the back seat, the passenger seat with all these boxes of buttons. Took them to my mother's house, and I think we still got a few of them kicking around our house that were left over from that, because she had a couple of sales to get rid of them. But another interesting little useless tidbit. Back here in the tents. A lot of these guys have stuff going all the way out back, so you really gotta dig and look for stuff. A few good buys so far. Matter of fact, I'd be ready to head to the house if it weren't for the other half, because I'm sure she's going to want to drag it out to the bitter end. But yeah, we'll keep looking. You never know. Can't hurt to have some extra stuff, right? People ask me all this stuff, how do you know where you even begin to look? And it's some of it a crapshoot, because a lot of these folks, some of them are being specialized antique types, some of them are just, you know, regular flea market areas sell antiques, and you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You just really got to nose the stuff out. I mean, I've already walked to the back of a booth that was filled with glass, and there under the table a couple of boxes of good tools I just didn't want to bother getting out. Been a couple of buys I got today from guys that had lots of furniture and just a couple of tools thrown out on the top of the one dresser. You know, they were looking to make their money on the big stuff, not the little stuff, which is fine with me. So you just kind of got to keep looking and keep it picking. And here we are back here. Last field to look at. Again, made some scores. Made a score.
This is a apple peeler, which I have.
Yeah.
For $38. Oh, look at this.
Maybe a bed wrench.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah. Little rosewood letter opener.
I wonder how much that is.
Why don't you go ask? Well, we are done here. Made some pretty good buys today. Again, not as much volume as the first day, but I got some really good, neat tools. So we got 3+ hours of driving to get under our belt to get back there and to the house and take the stuff over to the shop and start going through it. So catch you when we catch you. Welcome to PA. Because road construction's back on the menu. Gotta deal with this mess for like the next 10, 15 miles. Blah. And of course, got the truck drivers that ignore the sign that said trucks and buses right lane only. But, well, I mean, who are they to make the rules, right? Well, here's the loot from Tuesday. Pickings are pretty decent again. 18th century, or early 19th century Yankee plow. Needs an iron, but everything works on it. The arms move, the depth stop moves, and nuts work, so that should clean up all right. Got 4 different hand-forged taps, different sizes. Nice little small one, a couple bigger ones. Straight rabbit. This one's signed. I didn't bother to look at the name, but it's got an iron sole on it, which is kind of neat. Pair of complex molders. Both need a little work, but much less than being involved in restoring Stanley planes. And got me an 18th century divider. Tips are a little funky on it, but maybe we can straighten that out. Turn screw, didn't see maker on it, but yeah, we'll figure something out with that. Another Taylor patent brace. Sad to say, people obviously aren't impressed with good quality tools that are nearly 200 years old anymore, because I got 3 of them now, but sooner or later it'll sell. Got a big bench dog. This one I got at a reasonable price. Boy, I saw one guy had them for $45-50 a piece, so I guess a 3/4 inch timber framing chisel, mortising chisel, signed, but I can't read the name from here, and I'm not going to worry about it. And some more machinist tools. A Starrett Fay pattern with the patented quick set nut on it. Another Starrett. This is the firm joint with the fine adjuster on it, hermaphrodite. This one's kind of neat. This is a Starrett, I forget the model number, inside caliber, but somebody modified it, this leg to pivot, so it acts like a fine adjuster, or a little caliper end on it. I don't know, but never seen one like that before. Toolmaker's 2-inch. I'm thinking this is a brown and sharp, but again, I can't read it from here. I have my glasses on. Stare it. Yankee pattern, number 83 divider in good shape. Another kind of neat user modified one. This is another Starrett, if I remember correctly. Kind of cool. So pretty good pile to finish off the week, and you can hear the thunder in the distance. So I got a feeling we're going to get wet, but I'm back here at the house and I really don't care. Of course, I get back to the shop to unload, and what you know, it's raining. Just lovely. Well, that's all for this one, folks. We're going to be taking a closer look at some of these tools on a later video, but now it's time to get the stuff unloaded, get all the admin stuff sorted out. 15 plus miles of walking, 500 miles of driving, and let's just say I'm a bit on the beat side. So anyways, hope you enjoyed my little video here. Hope you learned something. As always, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button to be notified when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and bye.